Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome to another viewer spotlight. This is from Billy Warren, and oh Billy. Billy. What have you done, Billy? What have you done? This is quite possibly the only Churchill Gun Carrier replay I have ever had sent to me. That's for a reason. But Billy is one of those rare breed of people that actually seems to enjoy playing this thing, so let's take a look at what he actually manages to do. Now, he's top tier. It's Ruinberg Encounter, and this is actually not a bad map for the playstyle of the Churchill Gun Carrier. It gives some scope for more long-range sniping, and that's really only what the Churchill Gun Carrier can do. It's pretty much all it's good for is sitting a long way away from the enemy and hitting them, because it does have a really good top gun. It's just a shame about the rest of the tank. I've actually now played all three of the air quotes terrible tier 6 tank destroyers, the ARL, this thing, the Churchill Gun Carrier, and I recently acquired the Jagdpanzer IV. Now the ARL and the C just went through, no chance of that bouncing, massive target, no chance of it missing, so yeah, anyway. The ARL and the Churchill Gun Carrier are frustrating to play because bad machines with good guns, basically, is what it boils down to. The Jagdpanzer IV is actually the opposite of that. It has very nice mobility, it turns well, it's got a lovely low profile. It's the guns that cause the frustration on the Jagdpanzer IV, so it's kind of like, it really is the opposite of these two. And if you think about it, it's actually, the E25 gets one of the, you know, the L70 gets the L70? Yeah, the E25 gets the L70 is what I'm saying. And that's the best pen gun that the Jagdpanzer IV gets as well. But the E25, that's one of those cases where, yes, the gun's important, but the machine it's attached to really does matter, even though it's, in theory, you know, the same gun in terms of damage and penetration. So, anyway, back to the game at hand. He's actually in the middle of the field, but there we go. This is an 810 replay, so who was able to put that shot through a fence. Most of the team is in town, and Billy might get a chance to do some more shots, but this thing turns so slowly. Now, can he hit this KV-1? No. And this is just... even watching this, I'm getting horrid flashbacks. I did not like playing this thing. I didn't even have to, it's just I wanted to... Some tanks, they get a reputation and you think, okay, is it deserved? With the Churchill Gun Carrier, it kind of is deserved. The ARL-44, a little bit less so, but yes, it's still not fantastic. And the Jagdpanzer IV, again, it is going to be... I think the Jagdpanzer IV, actually, it has a lot more fans than the other two. Just because the actual... The TD itself is actually quite nice. It's just a pity that the guns aren't a little bit better. But yeah, he's looking to engage these guys frontally. Good luck with that, Billy. The Churchill Gun Carrier is a tank that has to worry about literally every other tank on the battlefield, even when it's top tier. There is no time when you are not in, you know, total and immediate danger from the entire enemy team. So even that T-28 can hurt him. And wow, he missed. That's about the only time that you can get away with yeah, if they actually miss. KV-1, is it going to hurt? Yes. Ow. He manages to do some damage back, but that's another chunk of hit points lost that you really can't afford to lose, because all you've got in this is hit points. The one replay I put up myself of this was literally the only... boom, there we go. Literally the only reason I did put up that replay was because I bounced an SU-100Y. You should go and check out that video. It's titled Commander Snugglepuffin's OBE. Yeah, what are my more interesting titles? This team has collapsed, by the way. 9-11. The field is pretty much clear. Town was where most of the action took place. It was most of our team versus most of their team. Looks like it's pretty much over because they've still got an M6 left alive, as well as the T-34-85, both very capable machines. The Churchill 1 also. So yeah, Billy might get a chance to mop up, but I don't think there's any way he can make a difference at this stage of the game, right? Well, we'll see. So he's just trundling slowly, oh so slowly, and I'm not philosophically opposed to slow tanks. I actually get on quite well with a lot of slow tanks, but what I don't like is a slow tank that doesn't have a turret. That I do have an objection to, which is why I'm probably never going to go for the T28 and the T95, for instance, because I can stand a slow tank with a turret because the turret gives you flexibility. Slow tank with no turret, no, no thank you, no, just no. So it looks like they're going to cap. Most sane people at this point would have just gone, oh, okay, we've lost, and would just stay safe. But not Billy. Billy's determined to actually try and save the day if he can, do a bit more damage. Carrying a Churchill Gun Carrier, if he manages it, it's going to be damn impressive, but I suspect against 6 enemy tanks, I don't think he's going to do it. I'm not even sure he's going to get there in time to reset the cap, to be honest, but you never know. Trundling slowly round the corner, oh so slowly, and oh, okay, this is a stroke of luck. Low health enemies. That Hetzer actually went in his that shot went in his tracks, and oh, that went a bit low. Well, he reset one. No, there's only 5 more to deal with. Good luck with that, Billy. Now, Churchill 1, and Panzer 4 hits him. Pretty much, I think apart from the Hetzer, every shot that's hit him has gone through. And he kills an invisible Marder 38T. That's always funny when it happens. Oh, now I don't know how that didn't hit, but it didn't. That's kind of annoying. He could have had that Churchill. Tries blind shot. No. Okay. Well, you can still see the Panzer 4. In fact, you can just see a corner of the Panzer 4 just about. So, boom. 6 kills. Okay. Okay. It's got... Oh. Now that's a derp Hetzer, because that was a very small amount of damage. 2 enemies. His tracks. That's not good. And it's an M6, and that can one-shot him, and it does. Well, Billy, that was a very valiant effort, but the result was kind of inevitable there. If he'd carried that off, that would have been rather special. We'll have a quick look at the score screens even, and then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another replay. I'm going to be merciful to Billy. I'm going to show you he does do well in other tanks. He doesn't just sit and play the Churchill Gun Carrier all day long. But yeah, this match actually 7 kills, 1300 damage, nearly 1400 damage. That was all right. He got 90 base defense points, so he walked away with a top gun and a defender. He also got his mastery badge first class on a defeat. If that had been a win, I think it would have been an ace tanker for sure. But because it was a defeat, the enemy M6 being alive at the end there just kind of that swung it. That it wasn't going to be that guy. If it had just been the Churchill 1 left, maybe, but no. As it was, that was just one tank too many to deal with. But kudos for trying, Billy. Most people would have just sat there and stayed safe. I would have just stayed safe and just let them cap, but you didn't. You went for them. So we'll move on to the next replay, which is going to be another British tank. It's going to be a Caernarvon, and in that one, Billy is going to do rather better. And here we go, round 2. And if I well, I was going to say decrease the size of the minimap a little bit, but there we go. Look who's that Billy's with. It's our very own Gingebot. I should mention... Did I mention already? I'm not sure. But Ginge, well, we already know Ginge is in Circ 2. Billy is actually in Circ 2 as well. So this is one of our very own Circlings. And if you watch the stream at all, you'll probably recognise Billy's name, because he's fairly frequently in the chat. So this time it's Kampinovka, but it's Kampinovka Encounter, which is actually, I think, more fun than regular Kampinovka. Depending on the team, it can still be a complete cluster wars name. But this is the Caernarvon. It's the tier 8 British heavy, and I actually quite like it. It's a big step change from the one that comes before it, the Black Prince. Not so much in terms of the guns it employs, but the play style. You do get the 20-pounder for the first time in the British heavy line, which is It's a very nice gun indeed. The Black Prince, you know, I kind of like the Black Prince, but it does definitely suffer from a lack of penetration in some situations. So he's just going for some sniper shots against the T-28 proc, and you can see that the rate of fire on this thing is actually pretty good. And it is all about the rate of fire, this tank. Most of the British tanks are, they don't especially do high alpha damage, with the exception of the British Tier 10 tank destroyer, of course, which is a bit of an oddity on the whole British line. But the whole, the oeuvre that Wargaming have decided to give the British is all about accurate, fast firing but relatively low damage guns. And the Caernarvon actually gets decent gun depression. It gets a fairly nice bouncy gun mantlet. So this is the top of the hill here, is actually a really good place to be in a Caernarvon. It's a very good tank for popping up just over a bit of terrain like this and just putting shots into people. Now those are missing, unfortunately, but the end damage count on this particular match is going to be quite nice indeed. So he's looking for targets now, and this IS-6 obliges. Now top tier is very nice in this tank. It's even okay as there we go. I think that might have been turret cheek, but I'm not sure. It's a very nice tank when it's top tier. It's more of a really a support tank in the when you're in the lower tiers. But look at this. Commander's hatch the T-32, and he manages to hit that target over and over again, and it's a good gun for those kind of shots. He's definitely got his attention split though. He's you know, he's very wary of those guys popping out, and yeah, that's a hard shot to hit against the IS-6 when you're trying to snapshot an IS-6 like that. Oh, side of a KV-4 turret though, yes please. This whole oh, he's going to try for the top of the IS-6 turret, but it bounces. He has a lot less luck with the top of the IS-6 turret, and I think it might be to do with relative angles more than anything else, because that is, when you're facing an IS-6 like that, that's usually a good place to actually hit them. But now, I want to know something here. I've had people say to me in past KV-4 videos, the mini turret isn't a weak spot. If you have enough penetration, it is. You can hit it over and over again. If you don't have enough penetration, 175 pen guns can actually basically the mantlet of the non-functional 37mm or whatever it is gun, or 45mm, that is actually, you can pen through that. It's like the AT-15 or the AT-2, and you can actually shoot at the gun itself and it goes through the mantlet. It's basically that, but on the KV-4 mini turret. It is a weak spot. It is, believe me. I've played the KV-4 enough to know it's weak spots by now. So side-scraping IS-6, that's a really tough one to deal with. And he's still trying for those commander's hatches, but no luck there. So back to the T-32. That's quite... the guy was backing down, so it's sort of lucky that that went in, but like I said, it's a good gun for those kind of shots. It's very accurate. And he's already... the rate of fire, you know, he's racking up the damage here. He's up to 2k damage already. Gingebot is... we can't really see what Ginge is up to, but... oh, side of the turret, yes please. The T-29 turret's so bouncy that, you know, sometimes... a lot of the times, shots at the side of the turret will bounce, but that one didn't. Commander's hatch again. Ginge is actually pushing on those three guys there. I was going to say, I can't really see what Ginge is doing, but we can see what he's doing now. There we go, finishes off the T-29. I think that was through the roof rather than the commander's hatch, but there we go. Side of the T-32 turret, this should be, there we go, a nicer target. Ginge is getting a right thrashing there though, unfortunately, and this T-34, ooh, ouch. I think that's what shot him both times, was that T-34. Just, Billy was a bit preoccupied by the stuff that was further down the slope, and that allowed the T-34 to get some shots in on him when he wasn't paying attention. But it's the kind of situation where there's a lot going on at once, and it's very easy for your attention to get divided, basically. Side of IS-6, can he get the kill? Yes, he does. Very nice. You'll notice Billy isn't even using... my throat today, I don't know. He's not even using... he doesn't have loaded any APCR on this. And with the accuracy, with the rate of fire, you kind of don't need it. Some tier 10s maybe if you were facing them frontally, but goodbye T-32. Maybe But on the whole, it's a good gun for hitting weak spots with. So there we go. Oh, doesn't one-shot him, but that was still an above average roll. Can he reload in time? And yes, he can for the last 2 health. Look at this, over 3k damage now. T28 prot. Not quite enough gun depression, and he's just bounced something on the side of his turret. So, it is only an easy 8, but the sides of this tank are weak enough that you really don't want to be exposing them. We see there Ginge took a thorough battering during that exchange. Billy has, obviously, you know, he's taken a couple of shots himself. Now, I don't know, that is a lovely shot on that Tiger down near the cap, and Billy knows he's there, and I don't know why he's not. Maybe he's thinking I'll leave him to the rest of the team and then changes his mind. I don't know, but he does. That to me, to my mind, that's a kind of, you know, that's wasted opportunities to do more damage. Oh, that critical. And somebody else gets the kill. I would have been hammering the side of that guy all day long. He could have gotten at least 1 more damaging shot in, maybe even 2. Oh, they got Ginge. No. But we can't really say that he's slacking in terms of doing damage. It's just, I don't know why he left that Tiger. Maybe he was thinking more of supporting Ginge, or I don't even know. But here we go, IS, and the other team is quite thoroughly beaten now. 14-9, there's 1 left, that's the KV3. It's not like this was a really easy win. Some of the team, you know, they died with some kills, or they died and did some damage. We'll see in the end of the score screen. But I think we can guess by now that Billy will have done the most damage of anyone. And this is really now a race to get the top gun. That KV3 is probably hiding along, well, we know where he's probably hiding, along there somewhere. The Caernarvon, it's not the fastest tank. You can see here it's maybe a little above average for a heavy tank in terms of its mobility. It's okay. It's not especially fast. It's not especially slow. It's somewhere in the middle. And I think that's... It's basically... Now, I'll see if I can get this right. It's basically a Conqueror hull with a Centurion turret. And the Conqueror hull is not particularly well armoured. Oh, there he is. And it's stock turret KV3 as well. So this should be... Maybe. Should be easy. Maybe. He's going to get a bit closer. But anyway, basically it means the upper front plate is actually quite troll. But none of the rest of the armour is especially. It's not a tank that you can side scrape in, neither this nor the Conqueror. You have to be quite wary of ammo rack damage. Safe stowage is pretty much a must on British heavies from tier 8 upwards. And on the whole, it's not really... It is in no sense a brawler. It's like it's like all the British tanks. You have to use and abuse that rate of fire. It's all about the rate of fire. Until you get to the tier 10 British TD, of course. So here we go. This is side of the KV3. Not even his top turret. This ought to be easy. That guy is... well, I'm not going to say he's racking up the kills, but... anyway, this ought to be... As long as he can... He's really not in any danger from this guy. If he's far back enough that all that's available is his upper front plate and his turret, it's very unlikely that he'll be penned. It's really just a race to get that last bit of damage, because this team... Very occasionally you get a team... Oh, yes! Yes, he burns! He burns! Top gun! Nice. Very occasionally you'll get a team that's nice enough to go, here, you have the top gun. And in fact, I had a game like that only myself this morning. Well, at least one person went, here, have the top gun. Somebody else was a bit of a jerk and was trying to get it themselves, but I still managed it. But this wasn't one of those cases. It was one of those cases where... it was a bit of a scrabble and he had to work for it. So that was his ace tanker game, unsurprisingly. That was quite a lot of damage. That was, let's see, 5,460 damage out of 29 penetrations. So he was really, really making those shots count. You know, 42 fired, 29 actually penned. So that's a decently high percentage. Potential damage received, 3,070, not bad. He actually also got 2,000 spotting damage. Now the Caernarvon is good for this, especially if you put optics on it. It's got a 400 meter view range with the top turret. With optics, of course, that jumps up to 440. It's actually a really good tank for peekaboo spotting and engaging enemies at a distance because, like I said, it's got a good turret, it's got a good gun mantlet. He also got Top Gun and Sniper because, like I said, a decent number of those hits actually connected. It was over 85% clearly. He did nearly double the damage of the next best person on the team, which was the 30. Ginge got the second best score though, and you can see that, well actually, well I won't show you, but he took nearly 4,700 damage, which is not bad for a Tiger 2. But it really was, you know, Billy was doing all of the damage there. Some of the team did really not much at all. But actually, it's a fairly even damage spread across the top half of the team. There's Ginge did 2,500, the 30 did 2,700, the other Tiger 2 did nearly 2,000, ISU 1,700, T28 2,000, and then it drops off a bit. But that top half of the team, they were the ones that were doing all the damage, basically. So that was actually, you know, I wanted to give Billy a chance to redeem himself, and I think this replay shows that he's not, you know, irreparably that he isn't. How can I put this in a way that doesn't just involve me saying he's crazy because he likes the Churchill Gun Carrier? Well, it's a bit late now, but he does do other things as well. He doesn't just, you know, play that. And yeah, but still, Billy, seek help, Billy, seek help. We're here for you, man. We're here for you. So if you enjoy this double feature, you can hit the like button. You can check out my other videos. You can leave a comment below. You can subscribe to my channel. And of course, as always, stay tuned for more.